who has hold.
Oh,
Okay.
hello.
All right. Hi,
Is there just
everybody.
one of you?
Welcome back.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Welcome
So-
back.
Yeah, so did you all see that story about Cuomo and Trump? It's like the pot calling the kettle black.
For real.
That's what kills me is everything that they're saying about Cuomo, Trump did, and Trump was still allowed to stay in office. So he can't talk about anybody.
Yeah.
Again,
you know what?
I will still
Let me tell you
stand for
something.
Cuomo. I still stand for Cuomo. But what he,
I
if
like-
he,
I
if it's
really like
allegedly, if he did this, he's wrong. Again, I do not condone by
Right.
any means
Mhm.
sexual
Really?
abuse, groping anyone. But I do stand for him. He's a good-looking guy. However, comma, I'm just saying. However, comma, I think everyone has they need the due process. But if he did it, he's an asshole and he was wrong. But I don't condone sexual assault or abuse or anything like that. So I guess we all have to see how this plays out. But Trump was president and still did some quirky things.
Yeah. What were we going to say,
Let me tell
Jose?
you something. Absolutely no. Two sickies do not make a wellie.
That's true.
I mean,
I
we
agree.
got issues.
Yeah.
It is definitely the pot calling the kettle black. It really
Yeah,
is.
it's like,
So how dare
We're talking
you?
about Bill
Mouth shut,
Gates, are we
yeah.
not?
Mhm.
I know a lot of Italian people, and they don't all, abuse the privilege of being
Just keep
touchy.
in mind that
Right.
someone who is like best friends with a sex offender and is also an adulterer is the person who's giving everyone medical advice.
Wait, say that again?
It's something to keep in mind that the person who doesn't have a medical degree, the person who is an adulterer and friends with a sex offender is the person that we're all taking medical advice from.
Oh, yeah.
Something to
That's
keep
true.
in mind.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point, Amanda. I got it.
That's
I got
true.
It.
It's not
That's-
necessarily the most viable source
Yeah.
of information.
Hi, Andrew.
Hello,
Andrew.
ladies. Hello, ladies.
Hi, Andrew.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's
And
two
Jose.
gentlemen.
Jose.
And
Come
Jose. And
That's
who
right.
else? Who's the other gentleman? There's nobody there.
Jose.
Well, you're the other gentleman.
It's
Oh,
two
there
Jose.
see?
Two Jose's for the price of one.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
That's
What the hell
double
happened?
trouble. Double trouble right there.
I'm going to exit and come back in.
He cloned
That's
himself.
probably best.
You saw it here first on Mojo Rising. Jose has cloned himself.
Jose, I don't think it's you. I think it's production.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Don't
blame it
tell
on
the
me.
QAnon people.
It's a conspiracy.
I know, right?
Oh my goodness.
So
We
would you
can-
all, would you
Is
all
there
like
just
to
one of
be
me
that?
now?
Would you all like to be that? You know what? This could pertain to the simulated Mars visit. Did you all see that story? Anybody want to go to Mars?
No.
Via
I wish I was
simulation?
between
I'll go to
35 and
Mars.
50.
Huh?
If I was between 35 and 50, I might, I'd like to go
Yeah.
back to that time.
Yep. That's the age group,
35
I
and
think,
50.
right?
What are they
I'm
compensating
in.
these people with?
I don't know. Are they compensating anything? I think it's supposed to be, I don't know if compensation. I don't see
They're
any
supposed to go through some
compensation.
hardships as if they were really up there and what have you.
Oh. So each mission will consist of 4 crew members living and working in a 1,700 square foot module, 3D
hell
printed
no.
by Icon, called Mars Dune Alpha. The habitat will simulate the challenges of a mission on Mars, including
you go.
resources, limitations, equipment failure, communication delays, and other environmental stressors. So
They
I
got-
think.
They got Wi-Fi there?
Right. They have Wi-Fi in Prosecco. I'm in.
Yeah.
I know, right?
I mean,
know.
it sounds like a reality show to me, though.
Yeah.
Hey, it'd be reality. If Dennis Rodman was on, I'll go.
Good
I'm telling
idea.
you. I need a
Good
good
idea.
laugh.
I
Then,
heard that there's a lot of particles. I mean, this is a simulation we're talking about, but I hear that there's a lot of particles from previous space visits that are floating around the environment, like old plastics and things like that from experiments that they've done, and it's harming the
In Mars?
environment. No,
Ew.
well,
I don't get this one.
yeah.
I'll tell you one thing.
Yeah.
I would like to.
I'm saying from previous space shuttle visits.
Uh,
Yeah, previous space shuttle visits.
That
When they
just-
did the research.
I thought you was talking about plastic surgery or something. So
No,
be
I
some
was talking about
boobies there.
simulations before, but
Plastic drudgery.
I switched
I
over.
mean,
I
I
don't
would
get
mean-
like to not have
Andrew,
to follow
always
the
making
laws
my
of
mind
the
go
United
dirty.
States for a while.
Why,
I would go out
Rashida?
there just so I would be able to just like do whatever I want, and not follow the law. I hear he's got his own laws up there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sleeping
and
apart. Ugh.
I mean that sounds like my age group, but I'd be interested in try it, to be honest. Like, I don't know, I'm kind of sick of this earth. So
Are you? Oh
Yeah,
my goodness.
but you're still on Earth. You're still on
Oh.
Earth, right?
well, we're in 3D. I kind of want to go to 50, but
But
you
where
know.
do you go to the bathroom?
Good question. I don't know.
Do you know that answer?
Sue
No.
can astral
Spacesuit?
project. She can do all sorts of stuff. Remember,
It, you
In your
know,
spacesuit.
Namaste.
maybe in a what do they call the porta potty? You know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Maybe that's
you
what's
could.
flying around.
I'm so not touching that. I'm so behaving myself today. I have a question for you guys, especially Sue and
That's
Amanda,
good.
because your shows about forgiveness and stuff. What do you think
Oh,
about
yeah.
Meghan Markle and her dad and him trying to repair that relationship? And she's kind of like, I think if he would just shut up and stop talking to the media, maybe
Big
she'll.
Good question.
Out of mind.
Good question.
Yep.
Good question.
Maybe she will be okay. But I think you can forgive someone and not deal with it. But they all keep coming at her.
Yeah, her brother just called her
Exactly, the
shallow.
haters.
Her brother, you see
Yeah.
that? Her brother called
Well,
her shallow.
half brother.
See, I don't believe in the half sibling thing. I think if you're my sibling, you're my sibling. But that's how I was raised.
Oh.
But eek. And I figure,
I mean,
it's just kind of, so Sue, I wanted to pose you and Amanda that question because,
okay.
forgiveness.
For me, is depends how you define forgiveness. Everybody has their own definition, but for me, it's like if somebody did something horribly to you, it may take time to forgive, but eventually, I think we just got to move on and says, it is what it is, but I think you should forgive yourself, forgive people, and just says, you know what, this is the past. I'm moving on to the future, but it's okay to give time. You know what I mean? Time is the healing essence for me.
But
Yeah,
you know
but-
what? The father's profiting from.
That's what
all
I
this.
was just thinking.
Yeah, but
isn't this very painful? I mean,
Yeah,
the things he
so-
said. He sold his daughter out. I mean,
Well,
I don't
Exactly.
know.
right. Wasn't he selling like Meghan Markle T-shirts and Princess
Yes.
Meghan
Yeah,
Markle?
all kind of crazy stuff. And
Yeah.
then the brothers, they keep being in the news so they can get the money. That's
How do
not
you
right.
forgive that? How do you
Yeah,
forgive
that's
Just
tough.
because, I mean, just
What a
because you
comment.
forgive someone doesn't mean that it's overnight and doesn't mean that you want them to be a part of your life.
yeah, I
Like,
mean,
you're just doing that for your own well-being. Like, you forgive someone because you want to be able to not hold resentment in your body and
There you
then
go.
wait for it to manifest into a
Oh.
disease.
And I
Yeah.
totally
It's
agree with that.
unhealthy.
I totally
Wow.
agree with that, Amanda. But what if it
That was
keeps
good.
coming at
That
you?
was
What if they
good,
keep
Amanda.
talking about you?
well,
I
then
mean,
you just
when do you have time to forgive? I mean, if it keeps coming and keeps coming, I
Right.
agree. I'm all for forgiveness. I think that you should forgive, but if it's like nonstop, how do you have time to forgive?
right. Well, if it's nonstop, then I guess you just have to shut them down.
Kellii.
You have to
Okay.
shut them down and be like, privately talk with them. Like, look, this got to stop. I'm trying to move on with my life. I'm trying to do the right thing. And if you don't stop, I may have to, even though we're family, I don't throw out the window. Guess what? I'm gonna file a lawsuit against you, saying that you're detrimenting to my health. A, first of all,
Well,
and
what kind of forgiveness is this? Filing lawsuits.
well, it's not
That's a
violence.
funny kind of
It's like,
No, so we're saying it's a principle, right? So you're saying it's a
Yeah.
principle. It's a principle
yeah,
of just
it's a
saying.
slander, and then
Yeah.
you're
It's really a
slandering.
principle. Yeah.
I mean,
You're
he's your
slandering
father.
me.
This
Funny
is your
kind of
father.
forgiveness.
It doesn't matter. You slandering me as a
Yeah.
daughter.
Her siblings don't even know her, and that's I'm not going to speak for all Black people, but I'm going to speak for some of us who's probably thinking that thank God it's not her Black side of the family.
Roslyn,
And
are you okay?
there's plenty of people who think that. And there's plenty of people who are not saying it, but it's so sad that her brother and her sister and her dad are so like this, and then she hasn't had a relationship with them.
Right.
It's really kind of terrible that they're
You had
that
a
they're doing that.
relationship with them?
I mean, a relationship with her, like they don't know anything,
About
look,
her.
about her. They can say, "Oh, by the way, I remember when she was 12, but she
Right,
just turned 40."
exactly. Yeah. How
You
much
know.
really- Sadly,
when it
it's
comes to
not that-
forgiveness, I think. I'm sorry.
No. I was going to say it's not that unusual for families to be estranged. It may seem that, it may be more difficult because she's in the limelight, if you want to say that it's more difficult, but a lot of families are estranged, and a lot of families hold grudges until their dying day. True. Or even afterwards. Like, they don't forgive them on their deathbed. True. They still hold that resentment till their last breath. I wouldn't necessarily say that that's a good idea. That's just my opinion.
You're right.
No, that's why I asked you guys. That's why I asked you guys both. What do you guys think about that? Because I wanted to hear you guys both opinions.
But what if it keeps coming? What if you say, "Okay, I forgive you"?
Forgiveness might not be a one-time thing. That might be something that you have to do.
It's like every other month. How about that?
I guess I'm gonna be.
I think there's an important distinction here between acting and practicing forgiveness, and then feeling forgiveness. Because I know that there are circumstances where I have just put out the palm leaf and said, let's get over it. Still having a bit of an issue. I'm saying, look, I'm willing to put it behind us. And then something happens down the road when all of a sudden I realize, shit, I'm not pissed off at that person anymore. What happened?
Yeah.
So all of a sudden now it's an occurrence, and now emotionally I'm at the same place where I wanted my head to be. And I think that it's like happiness is an inside job kind of thing, where you have to start practicing that kind of a thing maybe before it bears fruit.
But you have time to do that, Hozay. You have time to do that. Sometimes they're not coming back at you again and again and again and again.
Well, you're trying to lie on you.
Forgiveness is hard. Character. Yeah, it's hard. My siblings and I, we don't always agree and get along. And my younger brother and I, one of them and I had it out a few months ago. And I'm like, I finally got to a place where I'm not as angry as I was, because it wasn't healthy for me.
Did you cut him?
He's lucky I didn't.
Like at the end of the day,
he's lucky I didn't.
At the end of the day, it's all about your own mental health. You do what's best for you. But like I said, if they're detrimental to my health, at that point, I may just have to pull out and says, I'm going to sue you for slander and detrimental to my health. That's it. Because
I'm sorry.
I'll feel better if I sue you.
They're going to the media.
It's a principle.
Or telling untruths or whatever. That's a whole different ballgame when they're going to the media, worldwide media.
Exactly.
And that's a whole different ballgame.
Because they're getting paid.
To me. I'm sorry.
They're getting paid. But
and the only reason why her siblings are famous is because of her. I mean, they weren't thinking about her before.
There you go. Exactly.
They were not thinking about this child beforehand.
Living. If that was my family, I'm sorry. I don't play. I just don't have time.
Yeah. You guys heard about Dr. Dre leaving his daughter homeless?
Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah, that's true.
Really?
Yeah, he knows that she's homeless and he could care less.
I didn't hear about
that's
that.
Horrible.
But he's also allegedly a woman beater too. So
yes, he is. Yeah,
Be careful.
I said allegedly. I said allegedly. I made it very clear. Allegedly. But he has admitted
that case has been in court. That's been prosecuted, and so that's on court record. So I think I get what you mean. Yeah, with D. Barnes, what
happened we did with D. Barnes was totally.
So he settled that. Yeah.
But he, I think that all the money that he has.
That's a shame, man.
All the money. Billionaire. Billionaire.
That's
sad. Yeah. Speaking of abuse, did y'all hear about R.Kelly's finally going to go? I think he's going to have his trial after 2 years of delays.
You know what?
Trying to get them to drop the STD issue.
Yeah.
And the Aaliyah thing.
We already knew that.
But Vibe magazine did that in 1994. I mean,
thank you. I mean, years ago, we already knew that.
Wow.
Right. Yeah.
That's very touchy I think because I am a year older than her, and I could not see myself getting married at that age at all. First of all, and it's it's kind of like he groomed her, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's exactly what. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It really kind of comes off that way, and. Unfortunately, she had to go through a lot to kind of, go through the muck before she passed away. It's just sad. And everyone knew this, but still did nothing. Like no one did nothing. And his wife was like, oh, I didn't know. I can't believe you can be that oblivious.
Yeah.
That you didn't have no idea. Like,
I was told that they knew, and I believe it, but when you have someone that is, doing really good in the music business, who you want to produce your daughter, who you see has a prospect of blowing up because of this producer. Yeah, more than likely, not all the time, But I understand if they turn the other way. That's what they keep saying. They turn the other way, act like it was, nothing happening, but they knew.
But his wife, though, his wife, like, and she and I feel like this. No one knows who she is if she didn't have the last name Kellii, or she didn't. She's been on all these reality TV shows for VH1, saying, "Oh, that's my baby daddy." But then it's. Oh, I didn't know anything. I lived in the house with him. I didn't know anything. You didn't know nothing?
Oh, but you know what? Oh, you're talking about this. I thought you were talking about Aaliyah.
No, his ex-wife. Oh, yeah. Like, you didn't know nothing, Drea? Come on, right, honey.
Yeah, I think
you had kids with them. You didn't know nothing? That big-ass house you got?
Yeah, she's a dancer. She's the dancer, Kellii.
Yeah. She didn't know nothing. Like, why?
I don't
I don't believe that at all. I don't believe that. I believe the money was good and it was coming in. And
but she was hurt. She probably didn't know to what extent,
right.
Maybe that's what it was. But she does seem sweet. She seems nice. She was really hurt by that.
You know, maybe she was afraid, the daughter, one of his daughters is now transgender. And she said the father, R.Kelly, was like, nope, I don't accept it.
Really? I didn't know
that. When one of their daughters is transgender and R.Kelly was like, no, you were born as a girl and this is who you are. You're not,
but he can't talk because supposedly, allegedly,
happened to him.
Exactly. He messes with men too.
And he was molested as a kid, he said. He said he was molested as a kid.
But now, even as an adult, he was messing with men. One of the girls that were his girlfriend said that he messed with men.
The moment he got in Gail's face, Gail's better than me because I would have.
What did she say, Robert?
You've never heard of a gay homophobe before? You've
never heard of someone out there. That's what makes you look at them, because if they're so homophobic and acting a fool and somebody is gay that's around you, it's like, well, why are you acting crazy? Because they probably don't even want you, to be honest with you, but they're not even thinking about you because you're probably not their type, but you have a fit being around them. I've been around people like that, and that makes you look at them sideways because it's like, why are you acting that way over someone gay? You know what I mean?
Extra, really weird. But you know what? Gail was calm. She was like, Robert. I was like, boy, that couldn't have been Oprah. Oprah security would have tackled him down.
Or maybe he doesn't want to accept that. You know what I mean? Like, he just doesn't, want to accept that's the truth, though. Like,
well, did you hear the latest court case is involving a male?
Yeah.
The latest one is last week or the week before is involving a male. So it's coming all out. Everything's
Kellii is crazy about Kris Jenner.
That's hilarious.
I wonder if he has ever have a beer relationship though.
A beer?
Yeah, like a fake relationship.
Someone said that Will Smith also had, they were in each other's beards. That Jada
they said about Alicia Keys too.
All right, let me tell you something.
Wait a minute! Now you're going too far.
Do you know
too many beers?
I'm just wondering.
Here's a funny story, though. In 2017, Donald Trump asked R.Kelly to perform at his inauguration, and R.Kelly refused him.
What?
What?
Wait, what?
Wow!
I don't know. I think Kellii might be.
That's bad. That's bad.
There you are.
Yeah. I'm not the Kellii these guys are talking about.
That'll be on Listed Live tomorrow night.
I love all folks. I see the shirt of the beast. I love all people, but it's just unfortunate that Kellii put himself in the position that he did, and hopefully he'll pay for his crimes.
And we love all people.
Yeah, we love all people. Hopefully he'll pay for his crimes.
All types of people.
Yeah. My best friends are gay in the theater. In fact,
a lot of mine are too.
They're going to be on my show next week.
Yeah.
My show, what's the name of my show? Aardvark Interviews. I got the Broadway Queens, Max and I had dinner with them. We cemented the deal.
Sorry,
but they're gay.
Yeah,
they're gay.
I
love them to death.
I cannot wait to watch.
That's
cool.
Yes. Some of my friends are gay and they are great to hang out with. I'm talking about laughing, falling on the floor. Have a ball.
Yep.
The Broadway Queens
people
next week. And they don't mind me calling them queens. They think it's hysterical.
That's awesome. I mean, to me, to be truthful though.
What do they eat? They eat like regular people.
They're just human like us, Hozay.
Come on.
I mean, to be truthful though, like I
I'm
think
just wondering where you took him to dinner.
allegedly.
What? Sue, what?
I-
What are you talking about?
I said to be truthful though, allegedly after Hollywood, it's all beer relationships.
It's all what?
Oh,
All-
beard relationships. She's
yeah.
saying that like everyone's in a
Who do they eat?
everyone's like gay in Hollywood. Actually, a lot of people are bisexual in Hollywood.
Yeah.
So there's really no need to have a beard if you're bisexual. Like, but then again, not everyone's open to the spectrum of the LGBTQ community.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
You know what blew me away? I forgot what country it was, but there was a place where the women would claim maleness in order not to have to be married by the age of 16 or something like this. And
Oh yeah, that was the United States, I believe.
yeah, right. Must be Hollywood, right? Yeah, but women are respected and treated as male if they promise to stay celibate. Now they were comparing them to nuns, but there was this story about this one woman who is not trans anything. She just her brother had died and she wound up having to take care of the family. And women are just second-class citizens. And if you claim this male property, all of a sudden you start dressing like a male and you're allowed to own property and make family decisions and stuff like that. So, I mean, you talk about a patriarchy. That country's got it bad.
Is that a form of protection?
I believe it's a form of
survival,
emancipation, so that she can, claim the status where she can take care of her family and stuff.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay,
that's sad.
Yeah.
I mean, there are certain countries I feel like they're taking advantage of like certain loopholes in the law where men are identifying as women. They're claiming to identify as women so that they can, assault them, basically, like in jail, things like that.
That's the United States, yeah.
Assault who?
I don't know if like in jail, they'll say that they identify as women so they can then assault the women that they shouldn't even be in the vicinity of.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's like really I'm so confused when I think about it, because I'm like, should they be in the women's prison? But then, like, if they really do identify as women,
what's the law on that?
What's
the law on that?
The law, what they do in those prisons is they give those cellmates, they give all the women abortion pills. That's the only thing they do. They just keep giving them abortion pills over and over every month.
Is that true?
Yes.
But if they do that, they must know what's
you can look it
going
up. I'll find an article later on.
I'm not gonna. I trust your judgment.
For what country is
Never
this?
trust my judgment.
It's this is unusual. I'm surprised actually. There's certain parts of Europe, but I'll have to confirm though. I don't want to give the wrong information. So when I get the correct country, I'll update you guys. But it's really bringing shame to the trans community. It's bringing shame to the trans community because people now, some right wingers are like, oh well, people are doing this in the Olympics and you know what I mean? Like it's just like it's just an excuse for people to like be transphobic because certain people are taking advantage of these laws and these loopholes.
It's always the few people that spoil it for everyone else.
Exactly.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, did you guys, you remember we spoke about Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis and them not bathing their child? Another actor just came out with the same story where
who is it again?
He doesn't bath himself as well.
What, Kevin Spacey?
No, Ashton Kutcher.
So a new name just came out, and it's Jake Gyllenhaal. I believe that's
Jake Gyllenhaal.
So he also said he doesn't bath very often, and he agrees, to Ashton and Mila's ways of, hygiene. So
that's
lack of it.
disgusting.
The
one seems like a trend in Hollywood.
What do you think about that? Should you bathe every week or not?
Every week. How about 7 times a week?
Whoa, you're making it even worse.
Well, this makes it seem like everyone in Hollywood does this. They just don't bath. So the money and fame can stick to your skin,
Actually, people showered less in the pandemic than they probably did during the Great Depression. True story. Now fact check that.
No,
that's a good one, Amanda.
It was a smelly year and a half. I'm just saying that out there.
Speaking of war, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Andrew.
No, please. I defer to you.
I was just going to talk about his article, but if you had something related to this.
Yes, I do. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
No,
you
you
go.
polite.
No, you go.
I'm just making shit up now. All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm just going to talk about the people in Nebraska with the floods.
Oh
Did
my
y'all see
God.
that?
My biggest fear ever. Imagine you're in a lift and there's water flooding
Yeah.
going up
Elevator,
to here, and
Yeah,
there's no
that
way you
is
can
scary.
get out.
Yeah,
That's
in
the
the
biggest
drowning.
scary movie.
Drowning.
in the
is very-
elevator.
That's so sad.
But
But
what are they going to
but
do
thank God,
about Nebraska? What are you
thank
going
God
to
they
do?
didn't die. You know, thank God they had friends nearby. They were able to reach out to 911 and call people to come and help them to open up the lift. And they said there was so much water, they swam out when the doors opened. That's how
Is
much
this-
water was there.
Is this why I
horrible.
can't buy a pound of chuck chop because of
Huh?
the floods? There's a shortage on meat. I don't know if anybody's seen this.
No.
Well, I think the farmers are having issues. Maybe it does have to do with the floods. I don't know.
Do you think it's because of global warming, Amanda?
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. It could be a factor. It could be a factor, but I think at this point, there's just so much going on. Okay, people were at home for a year. You know, there was like a overabundance of produce. Things were going in, like how much things were ending up in the trash. And so they started producing
That's
less
true.
meat because of that.
That is true.
They started producing less everything. So I don't really know what to say on that regard. I think it's various factors.
And I think people eat more in general. Like everyone's at home and everyone's just always, you know, buying more food maybe than usual.
People were panic buying now that you mention it.
Mhm.
And probably a lot of food went to waste because they couldn't even use all of that.
True.
The other end of that equation, like you're talking about, is like feed was in short supply, and labor was in short supply, and gas was in short supply for vehicles, and all these things, they glom on top of each other, and it gets to the point where you don't have stuff.
I mean, I talk
it's not
about
just meat.
Right. I talk about California potentially won't have bacon next year, and then beef was having like a recall of E. coli in a few other states. You know what I mean? And that also like make a shortage of meat. You know, and that would I think it just with the pandemic itself, like. I know, like working in my own, the pet store that I'm working at, the shipments, I mean, not just my company are having short footage of pet food and and treats and stuff, like all the shipments are delayed because a factory that make these, including my own brand that I work for, like they are just back and running, and then and things like that, and there's a potential, supposedly shutdown again in California. We don't know. That's just a rumor.
Starting in Los Angeles, that's what I heard from the locals.
As well. Yeah. So that's going to cause, that might cause another problem for shipments and things like that.
Especially the restaurants, because what's going to happen to all the foods in the restaurants? Like, I mean, this is cause and effect. If you shut down the entire planet, you don't think there's going to be food waste?
Yeah, exactly.
People are going to be starving, and then there's going to be a ton of food waste. And also, Sharda the Bee said Alaskans have gills. Thoughts?
I don't know how to.
They can swim out of elevators.
Thoughts of concern.
Well,
we're talking about Nebraska, though.
Why do we need trucks? Why do we need trucks? What's the name of that company? Jeff
We
Bezos.
need taco trucks.
Amazon is putting together the drones to deliver packages. Why can't we use drones to deliver? Produce?
What kind of drones are going to carry like
There'll be a lot of
Why not?
groceries, though. A lot of drones.
How big?
Why do we have to
Who's
get
going
this?
to fly these drones? I wonder.
Yeah, and there's something
Nobody flies them. They're drones. Nobody flies them.
You know what? Just before we leave the last subject, I just want to mention that we've moved into a just-in-time supply method in the United States for a lot of things, and which means that they don't stock a whole lot of stuff anymore. So if there's something breaks the flow, there's a ripple effect, and it affects other things. And there's a back order and a backlog on more pieces, and then they use up what they have. They can't get the new ones. So, I mean, there's such a strong interrelation between stock and the way we stock things in the United States these days. And
Good.
A lot of it has to do with, we used to have just tons of stuff in the warehouse. We don't do that anymore.
You know what happened here when last year, when they shut everything down, they had, I think one of the restaurant suppliers that supplied like the chicken and the fish, instead of it letting everything go to waste, they went ahead and advertised it like on the news and different places that they were selling the different stuff really, really low cost. And I was kind of mad. I didn't know till last minute, but they had so many people in line. They had so much food that they ended up saving, not wasting, and selling it to people that needed it, of course, because, stuff was running out low in the grocery stores. They were selling these big old boxes of food. And that was pretty good. They did that.
Can't we give this food that's close to being spoiled to the homeless?
Right? They were doing that some of it here. Yeah, they were doing it here in Tampa. They were, some of the local restaurants.
But they've been throwing away so much food.
They sure do.
Yep.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
It is.
What you need to do is you have to have a localized operation that can do that, because by the time it's going bad, you have to be able to just push it right then and there to people that are nearby.
Exactly. And they would definitely
doing that.
Well, the homeless shelters, they were doing that in Tampa. They were doing it here in Tampa. They were giving it to some of the homeless shelters.
That's nice.
Yeah. And giving it away to the schools, because some kids don't eat. People forget that part. There are a lot of kids that go to public schools that do not eat, and a lot of parents can't afford that, pay for their kids, lunch and whatever.
Right.
I know here, because school starts back up tomorrow, they're still offering that option to give the kids here, at least in the local Tampa area.
Yeah.
Hey, some of the restaurants are, that they give the food to them, and they come early in the morning so they can have something to eat. Even if they're late, they'll still give them breakfast, because that'd be the only meal that they have.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, horrible.
Unfortunately, it's really horrible, and a lot of people take that for granted. And don't, and that's something I stressed to my daughter. I said, when the pandemic is over, we're going to start volunteering at the homeless shelter, so you can see that, hey, the stuff that I do for you is because I can. There are a lot of kids whose parents don't have it like this.
That's right.
It's only getting worse.
And parents,
schools in Brooklyn,
again, it's just me. And I'm blessed that I have a job where I can afford to do certain
you're
things.
A good mother. You're a good mother.
I'll take that today. Today I suck.
Good
I'll take that.
There are some schools in Brooklyn where they offer meals to just people, whoever needs to eat. I've seen a couple of schools where I walk by and it says meals available from 11 to 1, and you don't have to be a student.
I would have been fortunate if Rashida was my mother.
You did many compliments. No, you won't.
You would have been much better looking too.
I would have. Yeah.
I mean, like I do agree. Like before the pandemic, I was, volunteer at like Father's Joe here in San Diego homeless shelter. I was doing Ronald McDonald House, and I feel those people, and even on the working days, sometimes on weekends, I see homeless people or kids with their family, out on the grocery store, and I would just buy something small for them, doesn't matter what it is, like, even a small sandwich, it's a drink, whatever, chicken.
You don't give them dog biscuits or something from the store.
No, I mean, it's like, I just want to say, like, I'm still fortunate. I have jobs, and and I'm living a comfortable life, and I'm thankful for that. And, and speaking about food, have you guys seen about this latest TikTok trend called?
With the water bottle.
Gross.
I'm pre-diabetic. Don't talk
with corn syrup.
With corn syrup. Corn syrup, frozen honey, diabetes in a bottle. Yeah.
Okay, I have a 10-year-old, so yes, I've seen it.
And what do they do?
And I have gotten on her back about it. It's stupid.
What do you do?
So what she's doing?
They freeze they freeze
in the water bottle. They freeze it, and then they freeze it.
Yeah, and they drink it. They put sprinkles in it. I just had one of them over here next to me.
And you eat it? What do you do?
They put the what did she put? The little packets of juice you get.
The Kool-Aid.
Yeah, the Kool-Aid. Yeah, the Kool-Aid. We drink the Kool-Aid. Well, I do Crystal Light
to make it more colorful, right?
Yeah. And and then she put it on top with the corn syrup, and her and her friends are, I monitor her TikTok, but I'm like, that's dumb as hell. You did, read a book or something. I mean, I'm glad that she's smart, but and I get that you're bored because you're here and meet with all day working, and your kid sister, but it's dumb. I'm glad she didn't do nothing crazier.
Once you have an A1C of 8, you're done. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just like, that is so
I
stupid. I'm
know.
happy when school starts back.
There's
I'm
always
like,
something,
that
right?
is
There's always
dumb.
something.
I mean,
Yep. Oh, it's a
I,
new trend.
she don't play with fire or nothing. So, this is, look, corn syrup is $1. It's not going to make or break me, but
Well.
it's really dumb as hell.
I wonder how they come
weren't they
up
eating
with this?
detergent at one point?
Yeah, I mean,
Detergent.
Tide
They were
Pods?
eating the detergent
Yeah.
Tide
packets.
Pods.
Yes.
The
Right.
Tide Pod
She knows better.
challenge.
I'll punch her in her throat. She ever try it. She knows better.
my
But they're
thing,
supposed to do it.
how do they come up with these ideas? That's what I can't
They're like,
figure
how
out.
can okay, basically the people who created it are like, how can we harm children and make them feel like trash?
That's terrible.
And
That's terrible.
then they just pump it out, make some sort of influencer, promote it, and as soon as someone relevant promotes it, then the trend starts. That it's really not that hard. I don't know if you guys watch TikTok. I really don't, but it comes up on my YouTube. And there's people like Bella Porch and Dixie D'Amelio. She could say something outrageous or do something outrageous, and people will be trying to follow it. They'll be trying to they'll idolize these people, whether they have any abilities or natural talents or anything that makes them really great, because that's just the way that it is. If they have like 50 million followers,
and they do that,
exactly,
they want to be like that.
That's right.
As a parent, you have to put your foot down and say, hey, this is not cool. This is not okay. I am thankful that my daughter knows better. If she tried a stupid thing, I say, you tried it. Okay, you're done. Really, because you have, but a lot of it is parents' responsibility to monitor their child's social freaking media, and you have to make sure they're not doing nothing stupid.
Oh,
so
you have to watch them.
I watch her. Oh hell, But I'm a mom that has a chip in my daughter somewhere. So hey.
Do you chip her?
No, I don't chip her. But, maybe I do, maybe I don't. But again, it is still up to the same. But it's still up to the parents' responsibility to kind of monitor what the kid does. I don't care how influenced somebody is. As your job as a parent is to protect your kids and to monitor what they're watching on social media at all. Because they were talking about a little girl here that was 13 that met someone on Snapchat, and Lily left her house, left her sister in the home, and Lily left her house because she met this guy on Snapchat. So I don't care how influenced someone is. Your job as a parent is to monitor your kids.
That's
and because I'm a parent, and she's my middle child, and I have 3 girls, I'm going to monitor everything because that's my job. So I can't blame it. I will not blame it on social media. I don't care what anyone here.
Good for you, Rashida. Good for you.
You look out your house and you see R.Kelly standing in your yard.
I have a gun and a dog. I'm going to ask him, and I'm going to ask him which one he wants.
You got to give him a choice. You got to give him a choice.
I'm going to give him a choice.
Marsha, is this your last show, Marsha?
For a while, right?
Yeah, for a little bit.
Why?
I'm going to be teaching some evening classes, and then I'm going to do some filming with MD, WebMD. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Kelly's like a ghost right now.
Yeah. Where did Kellii go? Yeah, I don't know.
I think her connection is still acting up or something.
Oh,
so what happened?
She froze for a minute.
So did you all see about OJ doesn't want to go to California? He avoids LA.
Yeah, right. The real killer might find him.
The real killer might find him.
Oh, crazy.
We talked about that. We talked about look, I'm not gonna say nothing. I still have my free OJ shirt somewhere. So.
Yeah, you saw the real killer. You've been seeing the real killer every day.
Oh, he said that.
Oh my gosh.
La 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 la.
I don't know.
Everyone has their opinions on that. So
right.
I voiced mine last week. I'm done at OJ.
Right.
His club was in Florida. He had no reason to go to California,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I say that in Miami, the police chief blamed several factors for the spike in violence, one of them being gun sales.
Oh, no, you think so? You think that could happen?
Wow, legit gun sales?
Not legit. Yeah, not too legit to me. I mean, just about every person that has been arrested, at least here, are illegal gun owners. They have funny felonies.
Unfortunately, most of them let go
of charges.
But he's blaming everything. He's saying that not only gun sales, but the economy, COVID. I mean, there's like the criminal justice system. There's like a whole list of of items as to reasons why there's a spike.
I really do believe we're not prosecuting people as much as we should, but I mean that's nonsense. That I mean people are shooting each other. These are guns.
Well,
Most of the guns I don't think are actually coming out of legitimate places. I mean, I know that in New York there's a lot more availability of guns that the police don't know about than there are the ones that are being just sold by.
That's right. Yeah.
So what is this about Trump? Raised $1 million in favor of gun violence? In favor of
what?
Who posted that?
Yeah, who posted?
Is that a new one? I don't remember seeing that.
That might have been Kellii. I don't know.
During his fundraiser got $1 million the day he was there, but not sure how they got it.
I Trump needs to sit down somewhere. I think people are afraid of him, because they think he's going to do something in 2024. So we'll see what he does, if anything. He has no access to social media, so that's great. But he still apparently is still able to voice his opinion without having access to social media. So
that feels better to do.
He'll be our next president.
No.
What do you guys think about what's happening in New York City, that they're kicking all the homeless people out of the hotels?
But a judge put a stop to that today. I think.
Did he put a stop? I
think he put a stop to it.
I thought he was moving them to another. I thought he was moving them out of the hotels to a homeless shelter.
Yeah, it was really sad seeing the homeless people getting booted out of the Waldorf Astoria hotel. It was very sad.
Well, that's what the mayor was doing. But I think the judge today, I could be wrong, but I think the judge today put a stop to it until.
Yeah, but they already moved like 65,000 people to places with no elevators, with no medicine, with no amenities for them to be able to be okay. There was only like maybe a third of that were still in the hotel, so it's got a little bit late. But yeah, he did do it.
Yeah,
I thought they were moving them to a housing unit, but
It says federal judge orders halt to removal of NYC homeless from hotels because of COVID-19 concerns.
So where are you going to put the homeless?
They're staying in the hotels. He put a halt to it.
So, but what about the people who already went to the homeless shelters?
Yeah.
So
if you read
some
on,
of them get to
of
stay in the Waldorf,
moved.
and some of them get to stay in their bed next to someone waiting to be stabbed. Like I
think the report said only a third of them were still in the hotels. The other 2/3 had already been pushed out.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't.
Yeah. He's kind of late. I guess the judge is a little late on that, huh?
Yeah. It says more than 6,100 has been moved out 41 hotels since eviction began in July. So, and then homeless serving this week, another 19,000 people remain to be moved, they said. So yeah, that's kind of sad though, you know what I mean? Like
it is sad.
It's like what do you expect them to go and do, and like
it's not like they gave them, a program to get them back on their feet. They just put them there and now they're putting them somewhere else.
Yeah.
And that it's
I mean,
not,
it's a nice start,
cool.
I guess, but I don't know.
It's sad.
Yeah. It really. Hey, what do you guys think about Barack Obama's party this weekend? A lot of people are upset about that.
That's too much. Yeah. I can see why they'd be upset. Although I love Obama and he's my favorite president of all time, I will say that.
Yeah.
I still think this is a bit much, Barack.
And I think he downsized it too, right?
Because there's still a lot of people.
Yeah, but it's still 200 now. I mean,
it was a lot of people. It was still a lot of people. I thought that was very, again, I'm with Andrew on this one. That's my boy, but I don't think that was smart.
But it was his 60th birthday.
But hey, 20 or 30 people might be fine.
Yeah.
But to have about 200 folks because of what's going on.
Yeah, but what about that Lollapalooza? Wasn't there like thousands of people at Lollapalooza?
Yep.
I mean, what difference does it make if there's going to be concerts with like 50,000 people?
Exactly.
If he has a party with 200 people,
events.
what does that even mean? What is 200 compared to like tens of thousands?
I get what you're saying. My opinion. I just think that he probably should have not. It was just a lot, and because people are looking for him to be, still President Barack Obama, and
I mean,
be responsible of it.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna.
He's a huge. Public. Right, he's a huge public figure. If you have, you have like these Sturgis rallies, motorcycle rallies. That's just basically white trash.
Do you guys remember?
You don't give a crap about that. But when you got Barack Obama
wait a minute.
with dignity,
we love them too.
Integrity. Well, we love them
too.
Yeah, we love white trash. But let me tell you, nobody cares about Sturgis. And there's like how many motorcycles? You used to be a motorcycle, Hozay. What is it, like 10,000 or something in Sturgis, South Dakota?
If I recall, most of them were on mopeds, but yeah, there were a bunch of them.
I'm just saying, like, a lot of these politicians, say one thing and do another. Do you guys remember what Biden was saying before the... Actually, am I even allowed to talk about this?
No.
I don't think I am. Never mind.
Let's talk about couples sleeping apart could actually have health benefits.
Yeah, I was going to say
getting
that.
more sleep. Yeah, right.
I don't know.
You sleep better because nobody's snoring. The end. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, I don't know, but like I say, I never, live with another half, but I could see why. I mean, my parents, for example, they do sleep in separate little, section of the house, like, not throughout the night, but like first half the night, and then they'll go into their, bedrooms and stuff.
Yeah,
and
but
but like I said, I don't know, like, again, I can't speak on that because I never have other,
right, but
sleeping with me.
if you're sleeping separately, how are you going to hit that ass? I don't get it. I don't understand.
It grows the sexual tension for later, dude.
But what I'm saying is, like, the article.
Oh my God.
The article is
I'm
saying,
laughing at Roslyn over here laughing, and I'm trying not to laugh. I'm trying to behave. I ain't behaving myself.
I know. I always watch Roslyn.
It's going to be hard to hit that ass from another room.
Oh, I see. I'm so not okay. So I look.
The article says that you'll
let's
get.
keep it clean.
Oh,
the article says
we're a kid-friendly show.
Let's keep it clean.
We're family friendly.
You're gonna get plenty of sleeps. And then you'll appreciate when you wake up to reunite with your other half. And that's what the article is talking about. Like, it's better sleep. Like, you're gonna get ample sleep and not doing the other kinky stuff, Andrew.
Yeah.
Look, my grandparents slept in separate bedrooms, and both of them, God rest their souls. And it works for them. That's what well, at least one of my grandmother's still alive, but they've done that, and that works for them. I would do it occasionally when my fiance was alive. I didn't feel like hearing him snore.
Yeah, sorry, the beast.
I mean, really. I mean, and then we got along a lot better when we weren't in the same room. Sometimes it was our thing. But I mean, come on. But Andrew, I get what you're saying, but no.
Yeah.
I mean,
my ex-wife used to claim that I snored. I stayed up all night one night to see if I snored, and I didn't.
Oh, did you want to hear Hozay? Say it again, Hozay. Say it again,
Hozay. My ex was complaining that I used to snore, but I stayed up one night all night to see if I snored, and I didn't.
Right.
I tell you one thing though, I do believe that the sexual tension is there if you're not together all the time. Just like, oh, there she is, and all of a sudden, hey, baby, what you doing? Come over here.
No,
if you're there 24/7. Maybe there's a little less of that tension,
man, there's no health benefit in not hitting that ass. It's like you're in
Who
another
said
room.
Who said not to have sex?
Getting to sleep that helps, not to
They
hit
just
you.
said
Where
we're not
are you?
sleeping
Where
in the
are
same
you?
bed. Hello?
Oh my God.
We're talking about sleep.
Sleep.
You remember that?
I want a healthy night's sleep.
Yeah, that's all they talk
7
about.
hours.
What happens
We
before
love you,
and
Andrew,
after? That's different. But we're talking about sleeping, right?
Oh,
so what happens before and after?
Not as in sleeping together, just sleeping.
Yes, you can do it. Andrew, you can do all that thing, in the kitchen.
What thing, Sue? Say it. Say it, Sue.
Kinky stuff, if you know what I mean.
Hitting that ass.
Yes, and people can still do that. Be intimate while there are kids in the house. People need to learn how to be quiet or turn on some music, and not no gospel music, to be intimate with their spouse.
Right, not no gospel. Right, exactly. Yeah.
Gospel music.
Oh my God.
Talk about screaming, oh God, right?
He was blasting gospel music on the train for everyone to hear. Those people who have like a giant speaker out and they're just like, I just want you to know the music I'm listening to today. That was not a good time.
Wow. So real, someone really did that? Oh wow.
That was not a good time.
Wow.
So funny.
I just wonder, do you think Biden still hits that ass?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Probably. They seem like they're still in love.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they seem like they're still in love.
Once a month.
Yeah. So speaking of that, did you all see the Bill Gates admits meeting Jeffrey Epstein? Was it his mistake?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
What do you think about that?
Everything's a mistake after people are dead. I mean, who?
Very good.
This person is deceased, and now you're talking about how much of a mistake it was. Come on.
Right. Yeah. It was a mistake when he was hanging out with him and the girls.
Right. There you go.
After you and Melinda, your wife, separated and stuff, now you think it's a mistake? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
You were besties with a sex offender, and you can't say sorry about it and make it go away. That's not how the world works.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm sorry, but
like that.
If you knew what was going on, and you can't convince, I'm sure most of us, that you didn't know what was going on.
I just had an idea.
He was trying to get him to donate something, and they think it was money, but who knows?
You are who you spend your time with. If you associate with those type of people, it says a lot about your character.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, you're exactly right.
And an apology is just an apology.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Kellie's
sleep
crazy.
like what Amanda just said. If you sleep with dogs, don't get confused if you wake up with fleas.
Right.
Don't be like,
okay, I didn't know where that was going.
You never know what Andrew. I'm learning that now. You never know what Andrew. I never.
I mean, it's just like if you regret it, if you regret it now after he's dead, like why didn't you regret it before? Like why didn't you say something? Anything?
Did you? Would you still have regretted it if he wasn't outed by the public?
What Amanda said. Yeah.
But why even say something now though? Like why are you even talking about it now? Like why is he even saying
now it hit the tabloids? Before it didn't hit the tabloids. That's all.
Yeah.
My question is, why is it relevant right now? Why is I don't get it. Why?
Yeah.
They're talking about that. She, his wife, was it Belinda? Got tired of him hanging around them or something, and they're trying to bring that up or whatever.
Yeah,
she also got tired of the cheating too.
Exactly.
I mean, what's that?
I think they need something juicy to talk about, because all of a sudden there's not that much,
That's right. Yep. Exactly.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Why is it so relevant now? That because your wife is sick of you and you can't get some ass or something.
Right.
The dog died.
That's like saying, okay, if you regret murdering someone, does it bring them back to life?
No.
No, it doesn't.
They're still dead. So
no.
So
people take that lightly. But whatever.
Yeah. So do you all think in the next article, Joel Kinnaman files restraining order against woman accusing him of a sexual assault? You think that was wise for him to do to protect himself?
Yes, I do. And who the fuck is Joel Kinnaman? Oh, sorry.
He's with the Suicide Squad.
Oh,
supposedly they had consensual sex a couple of times, and all of a sudden now it was rape. So I mean, he's probably.
See, that's where it gets on my nerves. Where some, not all, of course, some people want to flip the script after you consensually. And then all of a sudden, maybe you get mad, something happened, then no money or whatever, then you want to flip it.
Well, can you do that?
Makes it messed up for other
wait a minute.
Yeah.
How did they get close enough to rape her the second time?
I forgot that women aren't allowed to say no. Sorry, everyone.
Good point, Amanda. Good point.
Yeah.
They can say no after the scene, though, right?
They're allowed to say no, but
good point.
What
you're supposed to say no before it happens?
Wasn't a no. I mean, you're saying now it wasn't no.
If you say now at any point during the act, it's still a no. It doesn't matter what point you say no.
But I'm saying, what if it was not a no situation? What if it was?
I don't know. I wasn't in the bed. I wasn't there.
How did
he get her a second time?
My ex-boyfriend, who was almost dead because of a woman lying on him, when she finally confessed on the stand, she lied because he wouldn't give her more money. This is before we met, but he told me about what happened.
Yeah,
that's a different story.
And you know what? I bet that does happen. Sometimes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's a lot. Unfortunately, it happens a lot.
Yeah, but
I go back to
all cases, but. Right. It's messed up. Just like another guy, he was a football player.
Yes, NFL guy, the girl who lied.
Yeah,
black guy. Yeah, who lied on him. Career lied on him. Yep. It was consensual.
You know, rape me once, shame on you. Rape me twice, I had something to do with the second one.
Yeah.
Well, what about dudes being brought up in their heads? No means yes.
Well, you have some of those too. You know, you have all different type of circumstances, but when you have someone that is on the stand that admits to lying because he wouldn't give me more money, that's messed up.
That's a different story. That's completely different. That person already owned up to lying. That's a wrap. That's a wrap.
So now he has a restraining order out on her, which is good, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, you just never know. You know, it's you know, this is like a thin line, like they say, between love and hate between those situations, because you know, those women who legitimately have a legit rape claim, that's messed up. You know what I mean? That's messed up, and that's not right. That's not right.
So did you all see the story about the Modern Family star, Julie Bowen, rescued a hiker who fainted on the trail during her trip in
Utah? Yeah, that was like, that was really nice.
That was a heartwarming story.
Julie's cool. Yeah,
that's a very heartwarming story of John, I believe, who he was hiking with his family, and then he like felt dizzy, and then they told her, like, his family, like, he told him his family to go ahead, and he later on fainted and hit his head, and then Julie and his sister, I think it's his doctor or something like that, rescued him, and then, you know, and he was like, well, I think this voice is familiar, and then like she cleans her off and stuff, and then he just like, were you on TV or am I dreaming or something? And then he like, I think they like carry him or something, and then like after that, like he, like, you know, they dust her off and give him electrolytes, and he opened his eyes and things like that. And then he was just like, you know, he like just like couldn't believe, and then things like that. But she was just like, you know, I thought that was like really good hearted person for her just to do that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's always good to help people, right?
Yeah. Very nice, very nice, very nice, very good.
It's a wrap.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's go eat, man. Marsha, we're gonna miss you, Marsha.
Like, comment, subscribe.
I'll pop in sometimes.
Plug your shows there.
Yeah, plug your shows.
Marsha, come back soon.
Yeah, Marsha.
Okay. I'll pop in every now and then.
Roslyn, you want to plug the show?
Listed Live, which will be on tomorrow, comes on weekly at 6 to 7 p.m. on Tuesdays. And Rashida, as well as Kellii, our host. We have a couple other hosts as well, Jay and Carlito. And we have guests on there that do come on and promote their music, current or upcoming projects. And we have a good time, talk about, you know, hip hop, current music, reality TV. Rashida, I don't know if you want to add anything else.
Yeah, that's it.
I love that show. I love that show, and I actually listened to some Smooth B today to get in the mood for that shit tomorrow.
All right.
Well, that is good. We like to have fun, and like I said, Roslyn pretty much said everything. We talk about a lot of not just hip hop, other artists and stuff. And again, my prayers go out to Chucky Thompson, my dear friend. He's a super duper music producer. He was produced for Mary J. Blige and Puffy and a whole bunch of other people. Right. And I will make sure that my daughter rides her bike tomorrow in honor of him, because he just bought her bike for his fourth birthday. And it's going to be a huge loss for that R&B entertainment industry. You're such a sweetheart. You know, you value a good friend. So it is what it is. Godspeed, Chucky. It's been a long day. It's been rough, but yeah, we have a lot of fun, and so, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, watch, subscribe, like, laugh with us, because we are funny sometimes. It's Roslyn. It's all Roslyn's fault and Kelly's. It's really
well, what time is that show?
6 o'clock
Eastern Standard Time.
Yep. Before anyone had the chance to go to bed. And then watch Listed Live, have some wine. You know, mojito, Stella Artois, whatever you want.
Right.
And laugh with us, because we have a good time.
Yeah. And then our show is called Made of Stars. Me and Amanda, we're still tweaking our show to make it better. We're just doing rehearsing right now, so we're gonna make it better. Yeah, so our show is basically about spiritual awakening, meditation, how to treat yourself right. Talking about crystals and things like that, and how to be who you truly are and be enlightened. Amanda, do you want to add anything?
When is that show?
We're still tweaking it, and it should be out soon.
All right.
We're still
If you ever need a guest on the show called Made of Nicotine, I will be happy to come on the show.
or keep that in mind.
Made of
He'll be very
stars.
mindful of that. Yeah.
Made
That's
of
funny.
stars.
Yeah.
That's
And then
hilarious.
Andrew, last
You get the Aardvark interviews next week. I got the Broadway Queens, Max and Mark.
Yay.
And they'll be talking about their long, extended Broadway careers and what they think about the theater business, as well as what's going on with the reopenings in September.
And Andrew, when is your show? What day and time?
Well, I'm glad you asked. It's Monday nights, right before this show. It starts at 5:30 p.m.
Okay.
5:30 p.m. to about 6:30 p.m.
Okay, great.
Okay.
I just wanted to add, because for some reason my video went out for a second. We're going to be talking about all types of relationships also on Made of Stars. We're going to be talking about dreams, astral projections, soulmates, the Matrix, mental health. I want to talk about everything.
That is cool.
Yeah.
That is cool. I can't wait.
Wait with bated breath.
We will see you all soon. Also manifesting everything. So we will
I want to manifest some shit. Yeah.
So comment, share, subscribe to Mojo Rising. Thanks,
I can't
everyone.
wait. Mojo.
You guys have a
Mojo Rising.
That's right. Mojo
See you on
Rising.
Apple, see you on Spotify and all that.
Let us